Hello and welcome to another LessonPix instructional video. Today we're going to look at our newest tool, our Google Slides add-on. As many of you know, we've had an add-in for Microsoft PowerPoint for a number of years, and it's been an extremely powerful addition. Today we've added all the same functionality for users of Google Slides. Let's take a look. Before we can use it, we have to install the add-on into our Google account. This only has to be done once, and it's pretty simple. Open a blank presentation in Google Slides and choose a theme if you'd like. Next, in the top menu, choose Extensions, Add-ons, and Get Add-ons. In the search field, type LessonPix as one word and hit Enter. You will see the LessonPix Symbols add-on in the results. Click on that option. Here, you'll see the details about our add-on. Click Install to continue. Click Continue to view the permissions we need, and choose the account you want to install it on. This should be the account you're currently logged into. On this screen, Google shows what permissions LessonPix is asking for. We need to modify the presentations where you open the add-on. We need to connect to LessonPix to do searches and to read your tray. And we need to display symbols and the games in the Play tab inside your Slides window. If you are okay with those, scroll to the bottom and click Allow. Here, Google tells you that LessonPix Symbols has been installed. It also tells you to look for an Add-ons menu to get started, but that's changed. It's called Extensions now, as you'll see in a moment. Click Done to continue, and then close the Add-ons window. You can access the LessonPix Symbols by clicking on the Extensions menu at the top of the page. Under the LessonPix Symbols menu, click Show Symbols. Congratulations, the add-on is now installed. Let's take a look at how it works. First, you'll need to log in with your LessonPix username and password. Remember, your username is not your email address. It's a username that you chose when you signed up for LessonPix. Once logged in, the add-on shows your current tray. If you want to use any of those symbols, just click on them and add them to your presentation. Google can sometimes take a second to insert the image, so we show a loading image notice while it completes. Now, this image is ready to use, just like any other Slides image. By clicking Format Options, you can change all kinds of things about the image. You can flip or rotate it, change its colors, or even add a drop shadow or reflection. You can also modify the image by dragging the handles on the icon itself. Unlike in PowerPoint, the corner handles will maintain the image's aspect ratio, while the side handles will stretch the image. The little round handle on top lets you rotate the image. After you've modified your image, the Format Options sidebar may be hiding the LessonPix add-on. Just click the X in the corner to close it if needed. The other tabs in the add-on are identical to those in the PowerPoint add-in, so we'll just show them briefly here. In the Search tab, you can search for any images you need right inside the presentation. Let's search for a branch and add it to the slide. A bit of repositioning makes it easy to build exactly the look you want. The Common tab has symbols that are used all the time. Not symbols, arrows, and thought bubbles are always at your fingertips. Let's add a thought bubble and place the text box in it. The Browse tab simply lets you look at all the symbols in our system by category. Any symbols can be added just as it was from your tray. Finally, the Play tab moves the LessonPix Play Tools functionality right into the Slides environment. As a reminder, the Play Tools can be found on the Your LessonPix page and launches tools like spinners, dice, and hat draws based on the pictures in your tray. All those same tools are now available right inside Google Slides. You can create a spinner with your tray images or with a range of numbers. You can create 1 to 5 dice with tray pictures, dots, or numbers. We'll use dots here. The Draw cards let you draw symbols in your tray from a hat or from a cute bear. And finally, the Timer lets you add a timer that will count up to a target time, down from a time, or just track the time indefinitely. Our users have found these tools invaluable for telepractice and remote learning, and now they're right inside the Google Slides application. As we finish up our tour, there are just a couple of gotchas we want to point out. First, if your account is within a managed domain like your district, and you see a note like this above your Google account information, you might need to ask your administrator to enable our add-on. Simply ask them to enable the LessonPix Symbols add-on and you'll be good to go. Finally, there is one issue with all of Google's add-ons that might cause issues for some of our users. If you are logged in to multiple Google accounts at the same time, that is, you've clicked Add Another Account here in the Google Profile window, you might have trouble with all Google add-ons. This is due to a bug in Google that's well documented and very irritating. Our best advice is to use separate browser profiles to switch between your Google accounts instead of having multiple Google accounts open at once. Personally, I've made that switch, as you can see, and it's actually made my browsing much simpler with different browsers for my personal account, my work account, my charity, and my test accounts. If you believe this bug's affecting you or you have other issues, please don't hesitate to email support@lessonpix.com or visit the help page on LessonPix. I hope you love this feature as much as we do. We can't wait to see what you do with it. As always, good luck and have fun.